Welcome back to the Insane. I'm ProAceJOKER. We are on mission number 6, 5. I don't know how you count missions. Open world games are weird like that. We are on Conservatory. We just finished the most important video. If you haven't seen it or you didn't watch it, go watch it. It's definitely the one because it's the one that set us up for the rest of this LASO run. Next mission, though, we're doing Conservatory. We do have a pretty tough glitch coming up, so honestly, a lot of it is going to get cut out, but I will tell you how long it took to do said glitch when we do it. And it's more of a safety to make it easy. It's not like we're skipping... actually, we're skipping, excuse me, a good chunk of stuff that is kind of scary. So, it'll be worth doing, but it might take people a while. So, just be prepared. We are on Conservatory, though. We have maxed out our upgrades. We've done all these. We didn't get that. We maxed out our shield. And then we have 13 more cores to max out our thruster pack when we get that. So now again, if you've seen a speed run, some people might be like, well, Joker, why don't you do all the out of the map stuff? Because that's complicated as shit. Yes, I do know how to do all the out of the map tricks and stuff like that. Yes, I've done them before. No, I don't want to teach you all how to do it because I know all of the questions will be like, Joker, how did you do this? Wait, I can't seem to get this clip. Did they patch the clip? Oh, I got stuck out of the map. How do I not get stuck out of the map? Oh, this isn't loading for some reason. Why isn't this loading for did they patch it? Is it patched? Did they patch it? No. The answer is no. They didn't patch it. What really happened is that shit's really complicated and a lot more precise than people give it credit for, and they're really difficult to do. And for the common man, such as myself, I'd rather not do them. And I want to show you us actually playing the game. Because, yeah, I mean, all the out-of-the-map stuff, if you go too far out of the map, you get stuck outside the map. If you don't have the exact right area for... Oops. Shot grenades. If you don't have the exact right clip or corner of the clip, you're not able to do the clip. You're not able to get the perfect ground pound into the wall. If you're not able to, if you miss a certain load zone, so you don't walk in a very specific area, you miss a load zone, and then you won't be able to progress to the level. There's a lot of nuance to it that is just over the top that you don't need to know. So, anyways, though, kill those first two guys, and then after that, screw these guys. We're just gonna skip by them by zipping over. Past. You might be able to get it where they don't even see you. And then from here, 2 rockets. Alright, once you get through the room, pretty much what you're going to use is you're going to use the shock grenades to kind of stun enemies. Oh no! Oh no! You're going to use the Sentinel Beam to kill the elites who have a sword and a heat wave who apparently love to charge you. And you're going to also use the shot grenades and the rockets to kill everyone else. Now, there's a jackal at each end. So what you can actually do is make sure you save one, if not both of them, as the very last enemies you kill. That way you can actually use them to recover your shields at the end of this. So... And then, as I said, just use your Sentinel Beam to actually kill any enemies that don't want to get launched across the map with your rocket launcher. Now, he's got a Mangler, which can one-shot you if you're no shield, so be careful. Now, don't blow yourself up with your own rocket. Make sure you got the Sentinel Beam selected. And then on the very last Jackal, shocknade him. And then melee him to make sure you get your shields. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm full health now. So you should get a checkpoint as soon as you're done here. Plug in the power seed. And if you're not full health, you might be able to sneak up on a grunt up here. But if not, all you gotta do is skip through... and then run here. And then if you hide here for a quick second, you should get a checkpoint. If you haven't taken any damage. Hey, true. So just give it a second. And then once you've taken a second, immediately zip through. And double rocket the brute on the end. That should kill him. Now, there is a turret on the end of this, so you gotta be a little careful. But I would suggest hiding here. It's kind of the safest area until these guys come up behind you, apparently. Which, I'm going to use that out. That actually probably did some damage because of the extra distance. But you can kind of hide behind this pillar. This is the best idea, in my opinion, just because of the angle. There are snipers on either side, too. So, and they should be about the midway point. So if you look for these towers, they're kind of in the middle of the two of them. And then if these jackals are really, or the grunts are really mean to you for some reason, just do what you can. Oh no. There's the other sniper. He's dead. It only takes one rocket to kill him, so. Oh, that's a rocket shot. Oh, that's another rocket shot. Don't hit me. There he is. And if you can angle properly, you might be able to actually hit the turret, which should pop it with the rocket. Pop it with the rocket. Alright, and then once you're close, again, never be afraid to charge a grunt with a shock nade. Same thing with these guys. Alright, I actually don't... I've got rockets out. Okay. Oh, no. So we want to clear out this area. The reason being is we are going to take a quick second. One burst of the Sentinel Beam should kill the shielded brutes, the rocket brutes. So, shouldn't be something you got to worry too much about. And then, like always, once you only get a few enemies left... beat the crap out of them. And then anytime there's only one left, just double check. Just double check you got full shields. After you clear out this room, again, any of the big enemies, Arcane Sentinel Beam, small enemies, launch them across with a rocket. Grab a power seed, now don't plug it in. You're going to actually set the power seed down right next to it. You're also going to want to grab one of the fusion coils, the noob cubes, put it at the doorway. Make sure it doesn't blow up. Then go back to the other power seed and grab that one. Because more enemies are going to spawn as soon as you put one in. What you can do is you can put one in, dash over to the second one, the second one that you already set up, plug it in, and you can immediately get the hell out of here. And then grab the fusion coil as you run by. Because this is where we're going to kind of do a major... We do love noob cubes. This is where we kind of do a major glitch here. You're going to drop the fusion coil. That's how you know you have it. Open it. Is from here, normally you would have to go this way. And you have to go down. You would have to fight through 3 floors of enemies. It's pretty brutal. It's not overly difficult. If you just spam shock grenades, it'll be okay. But like anything, it's going to take some time. Instead, what you can do, if you saw what happened on that second mission where I ended up somehow phasing through a pillar, that's what we're going to do, but to this window. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually set this up in the fusion coil up in the corner. Now, this is why I taught you guys what fusion coil launching was to begin with, is we're going to basically put this in the corner, and we're going to fusion coil launch ourselves, and if we do it right, it should phase us through the glass, and we'll actually get over to the other side. It's very difficult to do. It's going to take a lot of tries. I will show you a few attempts to begin with, and then I'm going to probably cut the video and just skip over to when I get a successful attempt, and then I'll tell you about how long it took me to take a success. I'll tell you the first time I actually tried to do this, it took me like 10 tries. The second time, it took me about 40 minutes. So we'll see how well it goes the third time. I Ideally, what you're trying to actually hit is right here. I can tell you, you're trying to almost phase in between the wall right here and in that corner. You're trying to, like, launch yourself upwards through this corner, and it will pop you over it almost. Now, there's a chance you'll actually get popped through the wall a little bit, but you'll end up landing in the middle of the wall, and you'll be stuck inside the wall. So, but let's see how it goes. Again, the way that, once again, to get a recap, if you didn't see before, how a fusion coil fusion, a noob cube launch works, is you have to jump over the coil, and as you're jumping, the later you hit the grapple hook to grapple onto it, the more force it's going to give you. And this one, you want to try and get as much force as you can, so you want to try and hit it as late as you can. And you're just going to do that, and if you miss it, you drop it, and you just keep doing it. Now, if the fusion coil pops, just kill yourself really quick, blow yourself up, and do it again. So we're going to do this whole bunch. Now, another thing that you can try to do that might help it be a little bit more reliable, I noticed, is you can actually put that coil there, and then come to this corner. Don't go through the door, and actually get this box. So one thing you can do is you can just push this box all the way over. And you can kind of use this to pin the coil into the wall. For whatever reason, it seems to help a little bit, but I don't know if that's just bias. Is like the one time I did it, I happened to pin it to the wall, and it worked. And maybe it would have worked regardless of the pin. But yeah, you can kind of shuffle it in. But it does give you easy access to the coil, because you can now just walk on top of the coil, and it won't tip over. And then you can just grab the corner and launch yourself up. So that's why I would recommend it. It's not a terrible way to go. It does make setting it up a little bit more annoying, but it's up to you. If you want to try this out, I'll give it a few tries like this. So, but it's up to you if you want to try that out. It might help a little bit. But from here, I'm probably going to just cut until I actually end up getting the clip here. I'm currently 17 minutes into recording this video. There it is. Wow, that was actually pretty quick. Okay. Well, that was quicker than I thought it would be. So what I did, just to tell you exactly, I'm gonna give you all the information. It's one of those that I haven't tested this enough to know 100% if that's the way to make it work. But what I did is I set the coil up so it was slightly diagonal, right? Like it was in the corner of the wall. It was slightly tilted, so like the actual corner was in the wall. And then I jumped into that corner, grappled it, and then after I had jumped and started the grapple, I hit the crouch button. I didn't crouch beforehand. I didn't crouch I was probably crouching as I was going through the air. But I didn't crouch beforehand. I jumped over it, then hit the grapple, then immediately held the crouch. And that seemed to just, like, clip me through it. So that's what I would recommend as your best bet, because it worked. So I don't know if it actually made any difference or not, but there it is. That's what the clip looks like, and you go all the way to the end. I'll tell you, that actually only took 3 minutes. I'll probably only cut out like 20 or so attempts there. That only took like 3 minutes from when I started and when I said I was going to cut. It wasn't that long. Oh, God. Forgot we're starting off right away here. Okay. Well, here we go. Right at the beginning here, immediately shoot a rocket, or not really. You should shoot a coil at them, or throw shot grenades. That will stun them, and that way you can actually have a better chance of killing them. Now, the shot grenades is really what kills you here. These guys love to shoot a crap ton of them. So it's not a bad idea to just honestly spam them back at them. Because it actually, because of the jetpacks or whatever they have on them, it's actually pretty easy to get through. All of these guys, ooh! The brutes, pretty easy. Sentinel beam, arcane sentinel beam them.
Where are all these skimmers
Oh no.
coming from?
Is that what we're calling them?
The Arcane Sentinel Beam is honestly the easiest way to kill them. Rockets do pretty good at launching them away as well. So, honestly, all the weapons you have are pretty good. But yeah, you can kind of come up into this corner. You're pretty protected from at least 2 of the sides. And then you only have to worry about the front side. Sometimes they will shoot you from up here, and that's where you have to be careful. They do have rockets. So that's why we're in this corner, is they're less likely to shoot rockets at you when you're hiding in this corner. So they're going to throw a lot of shot grenades, and that's what you have to be careful of, is they're going to eat through your health really quickly. But on the occasion, they're still going to do it. Oh my god, that is a lot of them. That's when we pull out the rocket launcher. It's great for the crowd control, if anything. And hopefully, if you're doing a good job of maintaining your shields, you should get a few checkpoints throughout this. The Commander Rifle is actually not a bad choice either. If you want to go for a little bit more long range, they are one-shot headshot kills. So, I'll tell you, these were the enemies the skimmers were the enemies I was most worried about. Oh no. Oh god, that ate through my health. Was the ones that I was the most worried for. Okay, and that's the end. Last wave. Done. Yeah, these were the ones that I was actually most worried for when going into... Oh, no. Done. So, as soon as you hear that line, which is eyes up, more of them, that's the very last... That means you've killed all the other. That one doesn't spawn until all the other ones are dead. That was actually super smooth. I didn't even die once, which is really surprised with all the rockets and shock nades that went by me. So, but after you hear that, the door will open. There'll be 4 that come out, plus the Brute with the heat wave. I was able to get my shields off of him, and I think he missed his heat wave shot. So, I'm going to make sure my weapons are fully reloaded. But yeah, the skimmers were the enemies I was the most worried for. Because if they all had shock rifles would have been the worst to deal with. We already saw grunts with disruptors are one of the banes of the existent because they do damage over time. And when there's damage over time, you can't recharge your shields. So, if they had shock rifles that could one-shot you, that would be even worse. But instead, because of the Mythic Skull, they all get upgraded to skimmers with rocket launchers, and they're much easier to deal with, honestly. Like, there are certain enemies that I'm like, these are way easier to deal with, so... But here is the thruster module. This is what we saved all of our upgrades for, and this is why it's so important. Someone mentioned it in chat earlier, we can now be half permanent invisible. AI, they don't deal with invisibility the same way players do, so they're not blind. They're MLG, they have 30-20 vision. So, that's a good thing, right? 30-20 vision, I'm assuming. Out of 20, you have a 30 vision. So, hold on. I'm going to kill this guy really quick. There's going to be one there. So, now we talked about it is the grenades, right, is left on the D-pad, and then you do one of the directions. To do the equipment, it's right on the D-pad. I know on keyboard, I think it's literally 1, 2, 3, and 4. You could quick swap. Much easier. But on controller, it's right on the D-pad, and then right on the D-pad is grapple hook. Right and left on the D-pad is deployable cover. Right and down is threat, and right and up is thruster pack. Okay? So, the reason why I'm saying this is it's important to get used to this, because one of the big tricks we're going to be using is going to be rapidly switching between grapple hooking and thruster packing. We're going to thruster pack, and then immediately grapple hook. And then within 2 seconds, thruster pack again. The reason being is now that we have those upgrade modules, we can go down, upgrade, 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 upgrade. Wow, yeah, I had 4 extra Spartan cores. Yeah, it turns out you don't need to get the, yeah, you don't actually need to get the ones over on the extra island. I guess I did anyways. I did get those. They're worth getting, but you didn't have to get the extra. I might cut that out of the video. And you definitely didn't need the one at Riven's Gate, which is good to know. Which means, if I wanted to, I could get this. There you go. If you want Reach Fall, maybe it's better for you. Yay, we did it. And I still have one additional one. You know, that's perfect. That'll get you all the ones you need. So the reason we did this is it'll be hard to tell, but there it is. You see that effect? I am invisible. This is why this is so overpowered. Because with infinite invisibility, with infinite thruster pack, you basically have infinite invisibility. Now that being said, the AI are not as stupid as we would like. If you thruster pack in front of an enemy, they see the thruster pack. Because if you've played Halo before, if you move fast enough, invisibility no longer matters, right? Like if you're sprinting in multiplayer when you're invisible, you become visible, regardless of the fact that you have invisibility on. It works the same way in campaign, except enemies are even better than actual humans at seeing it. So you have to be careful. This does help you vanish, so you could like go behind a corner, go invisible, and then hide behind a box. And you can use it to where you like evade into a box, go invisible, then run somewhere, and then go invisible again. And as long they don't hear you, but they do see you. So you could be right next, unless you're right next to an enemy, but you can be like just next to an enemy and evade behind them. And if they didn't see you before, they still won't see you. But that being said, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Is you're going to thrust your pack, immediately switch to your grapple, and you're going to kind of keep comboing this. Is you're going to switch to grapple hook, thruster pack, grapple hook, thruster pack, grapple hook, thruster pack. And we're going to use this to get through certain areas. We're not going to be completely invisible, but this will allow us to at least bypass. It will give us invisibility for a few crucial milliseconds before enemies see us. And by that time, we will have the speed of the grapple hook to get us through most sections. So you're going to have to get good at juggling those two, because we're going to use that a lot for the rest of the run. So just be prepared. And then in a lot of areas, honestly, you would think we use grapple hook the most, which we have up to this point. We're going to mostly stick on invisibility, though. So we're mostly going to be invisible for the rest of this. As I said, this guy now doesn't see us, and we can now just dance. He'll never see us. He'll just keep doing that. And then I can hit him with a shock grenade, laser the shit out of him. He's dead. I didn't know you could one-hit laser if you shoot him in his jetpack. That's good to know. Now, there are certain enemies, red hunters, the red hunters in particular, specifically the ones at the end of the game, that they don't give a shit how invisible you are. They see you no matter what. It's very scary. It's very painful. So just be aware that certain enemies just don't give a shit that you're invisible. So be prepared for that. If you might come across an enemy that will just ignore the fact that you're invisible altogether. Doesn't matter. So, but this is what we're going to use to basically beat this. But yeah, you're going to get used to the sound. Yes, it's very annoying, but you're going to see this a lot. You're going to see this get used a lot for the rest of the game. Is we're basically just going to spam this more than we will spam grapple hook. Because we're permanently invisible. So yeah. And this isn't a glitch, so if you didn't like Tank Gun because it was a glitch and you thought it was unfair, well, this is just part of the game, because Bandana Skull. And if you're like, well, I don't want to do LASO with Bandana Skull, well, I guess you're not going to get the achievement. So, that's why it's like... Ooh. If you can get them to get electroshocked, there it is. Sentinel beam these guys. You're not able to like launch them across the map or anything, so you're gonna Sentinel beam them. I'm looking at the wrong screen again, but we are coming to the end of the Conservatory. Oh, there he is. Oh my god, that was terrible. All right, we're gonna wait a second, but you can kind of use this platform. There is. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna let him kind of reset so that I can... There it is. I'm gonna get my shields all the way back. And you can kind of use this as cover, and you can just laser the hell out of his head. Now, headshot damage does make a difference with the Arcane Sentinel beam. So don't be afraid to, like, use this. And you can kind of use this stairwell on the second guy to kind of protect you from him shooting at you. But headshot damage does make a difference. You will kill him faster if you go for the head, so... But just Arcane Sentinel beam the crap out of him the rest of the time. And he's dead. And if done properly, you will be full health. And done. I think you will get full health even when the mission ends, though. So even if you're not full health right now, don't worry too much about it. But I always play it safe because you never know. But that's it. That's the end of the Conservatory. I know there's a bit more explaining to do. There is a pretty tough trick. I'm going to say that the Fusion Coil launch, it's probably the one trick that I showed off in this that is the most unnecessary. You don't have to do it. I highly recommend it, but it's not an easy trick. As I said, the second time that I tried to do it, it took me 40 minutes to do. So you're in it for a long haul. Just keep doing it until it happens. Like I said, corner, crouch, jump into it, right? Jump, then crouch after you've grappled, and it might be able to just launch you through the glass. Don't come to me saying that it's patched. I promise you it is not patched. 343 has not patched any glitches in this game yet, and I will be the first. I will put it in the video description if they patch some glitch or something. 343 doesn't patch campaign glitches. They never have. They haven't started now. Indirectly, they have. MCC is in sword flying. That whole different thing. Sword flying was a Bungie thing. They actually repatched sword flying back into the game, and then a recent fix they did to Halo 2 unpatched butterflying. It was a whole thing, but they didn't mean to do that. That was an accidental patch. So, long story short, you don't need any of this. My point is, I guarantee you, it's not patched. You just got to keep trying. Okay? I promise. I will tell you if it is patched. I will literally delete the video and re-upload it with a giant banner saying, it's been patched, don't use it. Okay? I promise you it's not patched. Alrighty, though. That's the end of the mission. We're on to a really short mission, which is the Spire. There we go. The lead's down. Oh, no, that was a grenade. The Elite. Yeah, or he'll kill you. That's fine. We cut that. We cut that death. That death. Cut. Cut. Oh, God damn it. That was too close to me somehow. They're not asleep anymore. Alright, wait. Oh, God, of course I got stuck.